Are you seeing any specific opportunities maybe that you're excited about for marketplaces?
Yeah, it's sort of interesting, right? I think the opportunities haven't changed. And it's kind of one thing I'm up close and personal with at Stanford is that what I always found exciting about, so once I started working with Odesk and Upwork, that, as many of you know, kind of led into the opportunity to work with a lot of different marketplaces. If you look at my sort of LinkedIn profile, you'll see there wasn't really a lot of specificity in one vertical or another. I've actually had a chance to work with a wide range of industries over that time. And one of the reasons I find that really exciting is marketplaces as a tech business are sort of an interesting bridge between the digital world and the physical world. Stitch Fix is retail, Airbnb is lodging, Uber is rides. And I continue to be fascinated by that bridge. And that's where I think marketplaces as businesses are really exciting. So another one that we didn't, I haven't touched in my industrial work, but I have in my research work is education, where basically, universities are marketplaces. We're matching courses with students. And of course, there's many marketplace platforms that are trying to do the same thing. I think that's a really interesting way to think about verticals for marketplaces because so much of the push in AI is away from that human physical interface. I think one of my colleagues, for example, has pointed out there's a big gap between robotics and AI right now. AI has just completely taken off to a massive steep vertical. Robotics has not advanced, to the same degree. You can't go out and buy a $10 robot that's going to fold your laundry for you. That remains a very hard problem, right? But you can, go interact with O1 and prove theorems that you couldn't prove yesterday. So why that gap? And well, that gap is super interesting because that gap means there's still this interface to the physical reality of sort of what humans deal with every day that's not being addressed. And I think every vertical I find interesting, kind of falls in that space. I'm talking now to a company that's kind of working on food delivery, sort of prepared food delivery. That's of course a super interesting space like that. I think other marketplaces like we have a dog, and there's obviously marketplaces like Rover and so on for sort of pet support. So that's like another vertical like that, right? I think those are all so interesting because that remains a place where you need two sides. You really need somebody to provide that service on the opposite side. AI is not here yet to replace your dog walker, to replace your, sort of food delivery, to replace the rides that you're getting. We're getting there on that last one, but not. I think there's so many ways in which we're not quite there yet, and I think that's how I think about the distinction right now.